So Marjorie Taylor Greene has been involved in, basically a brand change here. She's trying to do a face turn. She's been a MAGA heel for a while. Now she's trying to become a centrist baby face. And, she's really putting in the work. She's out there all the time. There are whispers that the Trump regime is like low-key furious at her, that they hate her now. They think, she's throwing Trump under the bus and yada, yada. And I will say that it's a politically astute time that she picked to do this, because I think she was reading the tea leaves and she noticed inflation's going up, unemployment's going up. He didn't release the Epstein files, and just notices that, like, more in touch with the grassroots of the entire country and realizing, like, oh, this ship is sinking. And so she's getting off the ship. She's on one of the first lifeboats off the Titanic, is the gist of what I'm trying to say. She's like, I'll take that first shit. Like, let me hop on that shit, right? And so we gotta be careful, though. Don't give her too much credit, because at the end of the day, she's still a Republican, and she still has an atrocious voting record. And that's kind of what matters above all else, is the fucking voting record. I could care less about what you say. I care more about what you do, how you vote. So anyway, she goes on The View, and it's kind of interesting because she kind of shocked the hosts, right? So let's watch, and then we'll break it down.
2 historical milestones. We have officially tied the record for the longest U.S. government shutdown ever. And for the very first time on The View, we are joined by someone you might be surprised to see here. Please welcome Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Welcome to The View.
Thank you for having me.
It's you, Joy.
Oh, I was so taken by your suit. So Trump is reportedly calling his MAGA cronies because they say that you're slamming Republicans too much. Well, you're taking my job. You're slamming Republicans a lot on topics like healthcare, the Epstein files. We know he's still your favorite president. Truman is mine. I dated him.
But I did not date Donald Trump. But I do love him.
You do love him, yeah.
Yes, I did.
All right, well, whatever. So when was the last time you spoke to him? And what's with the tension between the two of you? You may love him, but he may not love you back right now.
Well, that's okay. Donald Trump, he usually yells at everybody, so we're all used to it. But he's the president of the United States, and here's something you all may not know about me. I think a lot of people on the left are learning that when I ran for Congress in 2020, I ran criticizing Republicans and Democrats.
I can't. I don't know. It's so transparent to me what she's trying to do here. It's just so clear.
Because I come from a working class family, ran a construction company for over 20 years, and I feel like the government has failed all of us. And it purely disgusts me. It really does. And I represent a district that is rural, manufacturing district, blue-collar workers, and people have been crushed by decades of failure in Washington, D.C. And so I have no problem pointing fingers at everyone. And the worst thing that I just can't get over is we're not working right now. And I put that criticism directly on the Speaker of the House.
Now, that's crazy, right? Because you have John Fetterman running around blaming Democrats for the shutdown. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene going, I blame Mike Johnson. I blame the Republicans. Ain't no way you guys would have put that on your bingo card in fucking like 2019 or whatever the fuck. No way. Marjorie Taylor Greene blaming Republicans and Mike Johnson for the shutdown. Fetterman blaming Democrats. Now, she happens to be correct about this, though. It is on the Republicans, because all the Democrats are asking for, all they're asking for is let's keep the Affordable Care Act subsidies going, meaning we can keep prices on health insurance premiums relatively low. If the Republicans get their way, your health insurance premium doubles, triples, quadruples, in some cases goes up even more than that, and people can't afford it. And I think, and she'll bring it up in a little bit, but I think on healthcare, she's actually like, well, what the fuck are you guys doing here?
We should be at work. All the people sitting in this audience, they go to work every day. People at home watching this show, they go to work every day. Ladies, you go to work every day. The people on your set, and it is an embarrassment to me that we're not in session.
And getting paid.
I'm not taking a paycheck.
Good for you. Exactly.
I'm not taking a paycheck.
Exactly. Good for you. Exactly. I think you're one of the only ones.
Well, like the air controllers.
List. I think that should be a public list.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because our paychecks are taxpayer funded.
Correct.
However, I voted to fund the federal government on September 18th. I want all federal employees to be paid. I want all the programs to be funded. And I think that is our job, all of us together, Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate. And I'll look, I'm with women, so I feel very comfortable saying this. I'm really tired of the pissing contest in Washington, D.C. between the men. Yeah. I
really do. She's trying to do some low-key feminist thing. Well, Marjorie, I must say, if your goal here is to basically put yourself in position to make a move at the crown when Trump is gone, which I think is what she's doing, that argument in particular is not going to fly with that Republican base. Let me tell you, that argument is not going to fly with that Republican base. The other thing is, like, look, you could do all these criticisms all you want of the Republicans, but you said it at the beginning. Trump is your favorite president. It's like, well then, if you're still supporting the guy who objectively is making all of the horrible decisions, then like you sort of de facto support all the horrible decisions. Her voting record is bad enough, but like Trump himself, okay, are you supporting the fucking illegal war he's waging on Venezuela now? Right? Do you support the fucking fake peace deal he did with Israel and Gaza, and now he's looking the other way as Israel's bombing more innocent people? Do you support that? You said he was your favorite president. Millions of people lost their health care. Fucking 15 million were just kicked off Medicaid because of the big bullshit bill. Didn't you vote for that big bullshit bill? So again, the rebrand can only go so far because it's like I know your voting record, and I know that if you still support Trump, you de facto support all the horrible things, right?
Congresswoman, it's so nice to have you. And I watched you on Bill Maher, and I think you've been extremely eloquent in this shutdown in talking about the issue of Obamacare subsidies. I'm a Republican, too. We don't agree on everything, but we both agree we have to extend these subsidies at least for a year because you just can't pull the rug out from under.
What does that even mean, at least for a year? After a year, we can make it so that healthcare premiums quintuple. After a year, but for at least a year, we got to protect people.
People who are going to see their premiums skyrocket. You talked about your own family, how you'd be impacted, but I imagine many of the 700,000 constituents you represent. So what are you hearing from your constituents on this issue, and how do you see this shutdown ending?
My phone in my office, my district office in Washington, is ringing off the hook every single day. People are beyond outraged, and they're terrified, but this has been going on for a long time. Democrats voted for the ACA in 2010. It went into effect in 2014. That was the year that we saw our health insurance policy for a family of 5 go from $800 a month to $2,400 a month.
Okay, hold up. That's incredibly misleading. Basically, what she's trying to say is Obamacare made the prices go up. That's not true. It reduced prices for virtually everybody. If your prices went up, you must be in a very unique situation where you own a business and you have people who are on your rolls that you're paying. Or you make so much money that you don't qualify for the subsidies, right? The Obamacare subsidies. But that's not the whole story. She's making it seem like Obamacare made healthcare more expensive. No, it absolutely reduced the price. That's why tens of millions of more people were able to get healthcare under Obamacare. There was the Medicaid expansion, and there was the subsidies that you can get through the exchanges. So, I mean, that's misleading. She's making it seem like Obamacare made it more expensive. It didn't. It made it less expensive.
And I'll say this. We also watch health insurance companies drop out of the market, and healthcare costs have risen and risen and risen and risen. But I'm going to pick on Republicans. Republicans never fixed it. And then the ACA tax credits were passed in 2021, and there was a sunset date of the end of this year, and Republicans never made a plan for that. And I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus.
Yeah.
Here's the actual thing. People forget this. There was a Republican healthcare plan, and it polled at like less than 10%. I'm not kidding. There was a Republican healthcare plan. It polled at like less than 10%. They called it Trump Care. Trump tried it in his first term, and it was a disaster. It was a healthcare reform bill that actually would have increased the price of your healthcare. Like, it was just useless. It was useless. And so since then, they haven't come up with shit, but that's because they don't have any actual ideas. They don't believe in the ability of government to solve anything for the people. And so their ideas are just like, I don't know, fucking get rid of the lines around the state so you can buy healthcare across state lines. All that is it would make it so that all the health insurance companies set up shop in Delaware because that has the lowest taxes for them there. And nothing, like, your premiums wouldn't change at all. So, like, it's just total bullshit. It's like another giveaway to the health insurance companies is their only idea. There's nothing that would actually help the people because they don't give a fuck about the people and they don't believe in government. Their answer to everything is just more free market or shovel more money to the billionaires. That's it. That's all they got.
I think that's a failure. I do.
Well, I want to talk about MAGA voters who believed that the president made promises like lowering grocery prices on day one. Right now, grocery prices, inflation is up, soybean and cattle farmers are on the verge of bankruptcy. Millions have lost their food stamps and are about to lose their health care, while we're watching $40 billion to bail out Argentina. What is going on?
I don't know. I am so America first. I feel like I live it and breathe it. And that's my district, and that's what people want. They are so tired of their hard-earned tax dollars being sent overseas to foreign wars and foreign aid and foreign causes.
Yeah, but okay, then call out Trump directly because he's the reason why that $40 billion bailout to Argentina is happening. He's the reason why we're still arming and funding the genocide in Gaza, right? You can't do this, but I'm America first. But I love the guy who's America last, but I'm America first.
While life in America just becomes more and more unaffordable. We want this money invested at home for our infrastructure, for programs, for our people, and most importantly, for my children's generation and their children and their children and generations to come. And I have to say, that's what I've campaigned on the entire time. Everybody's like, Marjorie Taylor Greene has changed. And I'm like, oh no, nothing has changed about me. I am staying absolutely 100% true to the people that voted for me and true to my district. And I am so angry when I drive around my district to all these beautiful little rural small towns. And there's manufacturing plants that are crumbling from decades of lost industry, small businesses that got shuttered during COVID lockdowns and COVID shutdowns. And you want to know something else, Whippy? So many veterans that went over and had to fight in some war that really had nothing to do with where they were from or their hometown, and their lives and families' lives have been so affected. So for me, I am unapologetically America first, and I'll do anything I can to work hard to save
Maybe you
this
should become
country.
a Democrat, Marjorie.
No, I'm not a Democrat. You want to know something? I'll say this. I think both parties have failed.
Yeah.
Both parties have failed.
This is worse.
Yeah.
He's worse. Sorry, you know that.
No,
He's still your favorite president. He goes against everything you just said.
Joy is sort of killing it right now. And she's so right. She was like, this is worse. I'm sorry. This is worse. That's so true. Guys, if there's anything the second Trump regime should get through your head is that the idea of bullshit both sidesism and false equivalence, just get rid. There's no way. There's no way Kamala Harris could have fucked shit up this bad. She wouldn't be sending $40 billion to Argentina, and she wouldn't be freezing the food stamp money illegally. She wouldn't. She wouldn't have cut pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels. She wouldn't have kicked 15 million people off of Medicaid. She wouldn't be bombing random fishing boats in the Caribbean to try to do regime change in Venezuela. She wouldn't. Would she do some things that probably annoy me, that piss me off, or that I think are like too moderate? Absolutely. And I'd call them out if they were to happen. But it's not. It would be nothing compared to this. It would be fucking paradise compared to this. And Joy just cut through all the bullshit there and got it right. But yeah, I mean, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's not a Democrat. She's not. She's not. She's just not.
Look, I like Donald Trump. I fought for him to win. I'm very thankful for the secure border. I'm friends with Lake and Riley's mother.
I'm very thankful for the secure border, as Trump has literally built concentration camps, alligator Auschwitz, fucking wanting to send 30,000 immigrants to Guantanamo Bay, sending innocent people to El Salvador with no due process whatsoever, a concentration camp there, CCOT. Oh, I'm thankful for what he did on the border. What he did on the border? You mean fucking ICE rounding up innocent people and depriving them of their rights? That's what you mean? That's what... Ugh. This is what I'm saying. Like, guys, there is no such thing as a moderate Republican. You need to understand that. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. She's trying to rebrand as a moderate Republican. And in the midst of making the argument that I'm a moderate Republican, she's reminding everybody how fucking extreme she is. That Trump has ushered in fascism. Stephen Miller has ushered in fascism. And she's like, well, that part I love. So you love the fascism. You would just hope what? That healthcare costs might go down a little bit. But even then, you say you love Trump, and Trump's the reason it's going up. So even that doesn't quite add up, does it?
And we saw I serve on Homeland Security. Over 12 million people came across our border. Over 2 million gotaways. These are terrorists, cartels, all kinds of criminals. We don't know where they are in this country, and that affects all of us.
That's all bullshit. That's all total fucking bullshit. The overwhelming majority of people coming in this country are fucking great. They're good people. They're not criminals. Nobody has a problem with you actually deporting criminals. But that's like less than 1% of the people that come in this country. And Trump's deporting fucking way more than that.
Political party
That's
thing.
one thing. There's so many other things to go after him on.
That you seem to...
Okay, and then I also wanted to show you one more. This part's interesting because she actually accuses MAGA influencers of being paid.
You know, I think there's a lot of paid social media influencers. Mm-hmm. And I found it very interesting that they were the MAGA accounts, but they're all paid, and they all attacked me when I...
Now, that's true. It's true. And also, you know who else is paying? Israel. There was a big article about that where you can get paid up to $7,000 per Israel post, per pro-Israel post. So the pro-Israel people, there's a lot of bots. There's a lot of influencers being paid on the MAGA side. Same thing, a lot of bots, a lot of people being paid, and it gives people the misimpression of, oh, they're stronger than they actually are. But it's interesting that the only reason she comes out and says it now is because she has been attacked by them. But back when she wasn't attacked by them, she would never have agreed to this. It had to do with her. It wasn't like she was being objective about it. It's just, oh, they attacked me, so now I think they're fake.
And I think that's very weak and pathetic. But when I talk about weak Republican men, I'm pretty much talking oftentimes about the leadership in the House and the Senate. And they're not getting our agenda done.
I don't know what that last part means. They're not getting our agenda done. Congress is basically irrelevant now. Trump is doing everything unilaterally. So Trump has rendered it irrelevant. It's like Trump's fault that Congress isn't doing shit because he's basically like, I got it. I'll handle all of it. So I don't even know what that means. Look, clearly she's trying to do a rebrand here. But the rebrand she's going for is like moderate Republican, centrist Republican. And she just proves that there is no such thing because as she's rebranding, she's reiterating how much she loves Trump. And Trump is the one making all these decisions that are fucking destroying everything. He's the reason Argentina is getting $40 billion at the same time that food stamps are illegally cut off. He's the reason. He's the reason. He's the reason 15 million people are being kicked off of Medicaid. He's the reason. He's the reason the Epstein files aren't being released. He's the reason. He's the reason there was a fake peace deal in Israel and Gaza, and Israel has continued to murder innocent Palestinians. He's the reason behind that. He's the reason. He's the reason inflation's going up. He's the reason unemployment's going up. And so you can't, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. She's trying, but it just doesn't work. So I hope people out there are not really buying it because there's nothing here to buy. Like, you can't, it's like, at this point, you can't be like, I'm a moderate fascist, right? I'm in the moderate wing of the Nazi party. You could just not be a Nazi, right? You could just not be a fascist. You could just start telling the truth, which would mean just crusading against these people. But that she doesn't have in her. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.